Welcome back to another episode of Chuddin Out podcast. Is it episode 4 now?
Episode 4.
Dude, we're pumping.
We are
For
pumping.
one month consistent.
I checked it. It's been 1 month since we started this podcast.
Nice.
So I think we're chugging along nicely.
Yeah.
Today we got a new face on the podcast. We got Khan McCrystal.
Hello, everyone.
Do you want to tell us about yourself a little bit, or are you chilling?
Yeah, I live in this house with Chow.
Yeah, he's our roommate.
I'm the roommate. I feel like I've been really busy and was probably not going to be part of the podcast a lot, but time has freed up, and I think it's a awesome creative outlet. And to see what you guys are doing, I think conversations are good and healthy, and just want to be a part of the whole process and enjoy it. You know, so
Heck yeah. Oh, we can't swear for the first 2 minutes,
okay,
so control yourself.
that should be all right.
But yeah, I've got a few talking points for today. We have no game prepared. I'm sorry, but okay. I was thinking, right? We're 3 dudes. We're 3 misters. I didn't have you included in this when I was thinking about it. We're 3 misters. We got 3 sisters, right?
True.
I won't say their names, but let's just say Blicky, Blinthia, and Black. Right? For respect for their privacy, I would say that. I was thinking, dude, who would win if our 3 sisters went in a gladiator ring and fought to the death? I really thought about that for a while.
Dude, I'm pretty confident with my sister.
I actually think
Yeah.
I don't know your sister too well, but I would say, I'm sorry, it's not my sister. I feel like it's your sister, bro.
I think
Yeah.
your sister has kid buff.
Kid buff, and
Yeah.
she does HIIT classes 3 times a week, bro.
Yeah.
So- and she would do that when she's pregnant. So
Damn.
I think she's pretty fit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I imagine your sister would be 1 HP, right? And then she would have a flashback to her loving family, and then get a Tryndamere ult, and then just clean up.
That's
in
true.
clutch.
Yeah, there's kid
Tryndamere
there's kid plot aura type of
yeah.
thing.
She got family buff.
Yeah, I think your sister would have some strength though.
Yeah, who would win? My sister, your sister?
Chow's sister.
I think
sure.
Chow's sister, bro.
Yeah, look, I think your sister. You can't say that because you don't fucking know my sister.
Nah, but I know Chow's sister.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She gives me powerful vibes. She texts me when your mum was missing and not home, and she was straight onto it. Called
cracking,
me. She
yeah.
was cracking the whip. So yeah,
No, I love my sister. She's a warrior wart though, and dude, okay, I'll say this: she popped her tire the other week, and it was the craziest tire pop I've ever seen. I actually haven't shown you this. I'll show you. We'll put up a
We
little.
can put it, yeah.
Put up a little picture. It is fucking crack up, bro.
Oh, you haven't shown Kaiden.
I haven't shown Raymond either.
Oh.
is it bad if I say that you have shown me? Is that bad for the video?
I have shown you.
You have shown me,
It's not bad, but I feel bad.
Yeah, you got CTE, bro.
guys. I've been shown. Chow doesn't remember showing me. It's so sad.
Dude,
Damn, bro. That's straight to the fucking rim.
it is nothing, bro. Yeah. And she texted me. She texted me. I won't put that on. I'll just put the picture.
But sometimes you just have to get home.
yeah.
Wait, she drove home on that?
So she popped a tire. I'm sorry, Blicky. She popped the tire and then drove 20 minutes home. And I was like, that's so valid though. I get it, you're scared, you just want to punch it. So yeah. I just told her next time, just call me, I'll come to change the tire. That's all good.
Because most cars should have the replacement. Hey, I'm pretty sure it's.
Yeah, no.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
all cars,
you always
bro.
have to have a
Yeah,
spare, yeah.
Oh, except for fucking AMGs. Remember that time?
Yes,
Oh,
dude.
fuck Mercedes,
Oh,
Oh
dude.
my
bro, they give you
shit.
this fucking kit to fix the wheel, and it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
wheel's blown up. How are you gonna fix that?
They give you a little thing, you plug it in, and then it
Screw it.
sprays fluid,
Like a glue sort of
yeah,
thing.
some coagulant shit
Yeah.
into the tire, and then it's meant to patch it from the inside. Some tech
Yeah.
didn't work, bro.
Bullshit.
We were there for maybe an hour and a half
Dude,
trying to sort
poor
it. Yeah.
David, he stayed there till 1 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Waiting
And
for
we had to go
RSVP.
RSVP.
He's a fucking little dog.
Yeah, he's waiting for RSVP. Yeah.
Dude, my friend, he told me that one of his friends, when he got a pop tire, he called the police.
Or 000?
Yeah, because he thought that's who you're meant to call when you have a fucking pop tire. I was like, bro. Nah, I think they just told him to fuck off.
Yeah, valid,
I don't know,
valid.
bro. Look, I kind of know how to change my tire based off seeing people do it, but yeah,
I think I've never had to do it. I'm confident I could, but there'd be quite a few head scratches and moments where I'm like, what am I doing here? But then that
Yeah.
like masculine urge to like just get it done would kick in, and it'd be like,
It's pretty straightforward,
It
yeah.
I think
is,
it
I
is one
think
of those
so.
things that's a lot easier than you realize.
Yeah.
And then
The only sketchy part is the jack they usually give you is
Yeah.
pretty ass.
It's pretty ass. Yeah.
And like
you
when
don't
you
need to get down like at all. You do not want to fucking put your head down there.
Yeah,
you don't need
bro.
to. You don't
Yeah.
need to.
it's rickety. It's definitely rickety.
yeah, it's
There's
always
a-
rusted as well. You
Yeah.
pull it out of the back, and you're like, "What happened to this thing?
Mm-hmm,
Like, how is this even like this rusted when it's been in
Hasn't
like,
been
Just
yeah.
been
in a
inside.
boot, bro?"
But yeah. Have you ever changed a tire, Adam?
Yeah, like twice. The first time I was like, bro, I got really scared with the bolt because I was like, dude, if I don't screw this on right, I'm gonna like it's just gonna fly off in the highway, bro.
Dude, but sometimes
I
those
get
studs
scared.
are on. Like you gotta fucking bounce on it.
Yeah,
to get
no,
it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
jump on the
on the tire
the
thing.
Is it called
Axle?
an iron?
Axle?
Yeah.
The iron, the where you bolt
Yeah,
it
oh,
on?
yeah,
yeah. Dude, I jump on that, use my body weight, and then make it tight.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the tech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I fiddled around, but it's like pretty easy. Yeah. But I had to fiddle. I had to fiddle quite a bit. Yeah. Oh, except for this time when I had to like change the tire on a Yaris, I could not pull the fucking tire out, and then I had like people come around just like, "Oh, you're right, mate," and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just can't get this
It's
tire out."
emasculating.
Yeah. But then like we couldn't do it. So then when
Oh,
like
fair.
a big guy did it, I'm like, "Oh, he can't do it." I was like, "Okay, cool." I'm,
Okay,
like,
okay,
I'm fine.
yeah.
I'm fine.
Is it just because the car wasn't elevated enough?
I think because that tire hasn't come off that car for ages.
Oh, like,
It's
rusted
just like
and shit.
rusted
Oh,
and
wow.
stuck
Yeah.
on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny, like our desire to not receive help sometimes? Like clearly we're not okay, and obviously they know that, and they ask, "Are you right?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
And you're saying, "Yeah,"
it's
like
so
you
real.
have
It's
some
like, I
idea.
definitely need help.
But
Yeah.
you're like, "Dude, I should just go. Can you just let's just try it together?" Like that first person, who knows? Maybe you both just gave it a yank and it would have gone donk
Yeah.
off like that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we got it sorted, bro. So yeah. So you've changed a tire?
I've changed like a few tires. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like a big, strong man. Kind
Yeah,
of, like,
facts,
kind of vibe,
bro,
yeah.
facts.
I've never struggled at all.
yeah. Okay. Fair. Bro.
Nah. Okay, actually, my like, it's pretty embarrassing. The first time I had to change a tire, though, I had no idea, bro. I was lost, and like my ex's dad had to help me, and he was just roasting me the whole time. He's like, "Teenagers these days," I'm like, "Bro, I've never done this, bro." But yeah.
No, that actually reminds me. I called my dad, and he fucking roasted me too. He was like around other guys,
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like, "Oh, my son's asking me how to change a tire," and then
like-
like they all just goofed on me, bro.
Dude, yeah, that's so real. Yeah.
I mean, do you reckon like back when they were younger, they had to fix a tire but they didn't know and they got roasted?
Everyone
That's why
has
they're
that.
roasting
I
you.
think that like the generation has changed where like they just kind of did that with their dad at some point growing up.
True.
So they just
Yeah,
knew,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
we haven't grown up in that space because we've been gaming and doing other things.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have that, so the dad would be like, "We were working on the car," and you'd just be like handing them stuff. And then it's like, "I'm gonna show you how to change a tire now."
Yeah, I think
You just
working on
know
the
that
car
skill.
with your dad is a thing that has kind of been patched. And it doesn't. Maybe it happens, but like I don't think it happens as common anymore. Yeah.
There's a community for it, but I feel like the community gets smaller with each generation of males that come through.
Yeah. Because you probably need to work on your car less
Yeah.
and less now.
Just pay someone to do it.
Yeah, that too.
It's like-
Yeah.
That's the first thing I go to. I'm like, I'll just pay someone to come fix it.
You're right, bro.
Yeah, nah, it's just the cord. But I actually want to like tag along. I feel like I grew up pretty feminine, to be honest. Yeah, like I didn't do like any like crazy masculine shit with my dad, and I think I grew up with my sister a lot. So then we just did like heaps of feminine shit.
I was the same, bro. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the same thing?
bro.
Yeah,
Watched all
yeah.
the same shows and shit. Yeah. I think I picked up a lot of my like femininity from her. I didn't really hang out with my dad that much growing up.
True.
So he didn't really show me much. I feel
Yeah.
like. Actually, no. The times where I would hang out with him, I'd be helping him out with like house shit, and it would always end up with me punching a fucking wall or something.
yeah, just bickering.
Yeah, bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I
Yeah.
just remember the amount of times I would like help my dad out with stuff, and it would just end up in a fight.
It's
I don't
just
know
bad
how.
comms.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad
Yeah.
comms and like, you know, everything. I remember he would like teach me how to do something, but then I'd feel like I'm being micromanaged. And then
Yeah.
it's like, I try to do it. And then he's like, no, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right.
Yeah.
But it's like, I try to keep fucking listening to what he's trying to tell me.
I
Yeah.
feel
It just
that,
doesn't
yeah.
like connect.
Yep.
And I, like, after the fact, like now that I'm grown up, we've had like kind of chats about it. And he's admitted that he kind of like let his ego take over in those moments. So I feel a lot better. I feel
Yeah.
like not as stupid. And I feel like it was a bit of his part being a bit of a dick. But yeah, no, that made me like not have a good relationship with my dad for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
was he trying to push like a masculine trait to you?
No, not at all, bro. My dad's not like that. It's just the fact I felt like nothing I did was correct.
Right,
And he'd always have to like basically just micromanage what I was doing, even though my intention was trying to help him with this shit.
Yeah.
I think like what's important for when we have kids and have sons and we're teaching, you have to be okay with them failing what you've just told them, because it's through that failure they'll learn. I know that similar experience more in the sense though that my dad would just fix things for me. If something broke, I'd go to dad, and instead of him going, this is what I would do, but what do you think you do to fix it, and give me an opportunity, he'd just take it, do his little thing, boom, problem solved. So it was always a problem solver. So it was always like, oh, my dad's a problem solver. That's sick. And I love that. But now in my life, sometimes I'm like alone and I'm like, I just want to run to someone and go, how do I fix this?
Yeah.
It feels like, sorry, you go.
No, yeah. And it's like just that constant, because I'm just so conditioned to have someone do it for me. I didn't develop the skill to have a look at things myself. And I think importantly for like kids as well, you go, hey, try it. And when they mess it up, go, why did that fail? And then they'll learn those skills. But I know that for a dad, sometimes it must get pretty frustrating.
Yeah, it's hard to have like patience. Yeah. I feel like, do you feel like on average, like our generation is less capable than our dad's generation? Because I look at like the adults in my life, they're so reliable, bro. Like they're just so good at like shit. You know what I mean? Like they always get shit done. I feel like half the shit I'm like struggling. I guess I'm still growing and like I'm still becoming a man.
Yeah.
But I compare myself to like my dads and my uncles. I'm like, dude, these guys are so locked in, like, for like just like small things. Even like, they'll never forget to take the trash out before bin day, right? Like we forget, right? Yeah.
For sure. I think it is just the different like generation and how we've grown up, because we have access to different luxuries. We grew up in a more relaxed environment, and it led to the fact that we didn't have to think of things because it was done for us. And the second you're asked to rely on yourself, you're like, I actually don't have the skills yet to do this.
Dude, I think our generation is just less confident, because I think we're pretty capable. I think there's a lot of things where we're pretty smart, but then we question our competence more than the previous generation. I feel like the previous generation is like, oh, you go and pick up the fucking pen. But then we're like, oh, but like, how do you pick up the pen?
What happens if I pick up the pen?
What
What if I do
pick
it
up-
this way? What if I get another pen? Or like,
Where do you think that stems from?
I think just self-awareness and a lot of like information. We have so much information that just got dumped on us, but back then they had the library. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then we're just constantly getting fed info, like even just weird bullshit niche info too. We're like, oh, did you know that the sun comes around like 4 times a year? No, I don't know, just weird shit like that. Yeah.
Hydrogen water. I remember telling Raymond that hydrogen water, bro, was like the next.
bro, there's 1,000 peer-reviewed articles, bro. It's good. It's
Dude,
good.
and then Raymond Googled it on the spot, and there was like no peer review
No,
studies.
I didn't Google it. I went onto Google Scholar and then I tried to find and read the articles that backed up the shit. And then I think it was like the first 1 or 2 I read, inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
So I'm like, there is not 1,000.
Yeah.
There's probably a few, but maybe if I looked into it, I don't know. I feel like they're funded by fucking
For sure.
big H2O hydrogen water.
We have information overload for sure. But,
Yeah.
and it's good and bad because, like, our dad's generation probably like they would get told something, and they would more or less just accept it, right? Like, you'd be like, okay, this is how you change a tire. And you go, okay, cool. But then like we would Google how to change a tire, and there's just like 50 videos of how to do it, and like maybe that's where the lack of confidence comes from, because it's like there's probably multiple ways to do it, but like you just don't know what is the most efficient path, and you spend too much time thinking about it rather than just changing the fucking tire.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
like-
probably like 3 ways to do it, but the internet will tell you that there's like 50,000, so you don't know which one to pick.
and there's also like 100,000 different dudes telling you. Yeah.
Like if I didn't have maps to get somewhere for the first time, 0% chance I find my way there. Like,
I mean, I think
Refidex, I could do it, but I would be struggling. And I feel like I'd be driving and I'd be like, is it left here? Is it left here? Is it, oh man, I just don't know how to like read the street sign and go, that's the street sign I'm looking for. Keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I'd be
that's cool
so
too, yeah.
nervous trying to look for it, where it's like maps. I'm like, okay, turn left in 100 meters. And I'm like, is it? And I'm like, yeah, okay, it definitely is. Like I need this constant reassurance to
Do you ever
be.
use the audio on the?
Nah,
I
fuck
hate
no.
that
I
shit
hate
so
that shit
much.
too.
Yeah.
Do you use maps after the fact? Like after you've gone to a destination, you use your maps once. Do you use it again to get to the same destination?
For the if it's like a long drive and it's the first few times, yeah.
Yep.
Just to, especially if like I haven't been there before. I mean, generally with any place, we learn the route. I'd say after like maybe 4 or 5 times, if it's like a bit of a tricky drive, would be acceptable. But I will sometimes just put maps on even if I know the way. Just
Yeah,
for, like,
I'm the same.
confidence.
Yeah.
I do it for ETA usually. Yeah, just so I just know the ETA.
Right. Or if you're during traffic and maybe you can find you a different route that's a bit faster.
You guys Google Maps, Waze, or Apple Maps?
Google Maps.
Apple Maps.
Apple Maps.
I'm Apple Maps. Yeah.
Yeah. Google
Apple
Maps,
Maps
is cool, bro.
bro.
Google Maps-
Apple Maps fucking sucks.
Bro, okay.
What do you mean Google
Google
Maps
Maps
sucks?
never
Okay.
works.
I think Google Maps is better at giving you precise addresses. Sometimes Apple Maps, you put it in and it just takes
It's
you
not
to like
there.
random ass place.
Mm.
Google Maps is more accurate, but the navigation like prompts like turn right and whatever.
So good.
It's so ass on Google Maps.
Oh yeah, no, but on Apple's
Apple Maps is good. It's
good.
big.
It's
like the
good.
icon is big.
Yep,
It's like
yep.
very clear.
Built for dummies.
No for dummies.
Yeah,
and,
facts.
and that's what I like about Apple Maps. Yeah.
You're just too smart, Raymond.
No, I guess I haven't used it enough. But the times I have used it, I really hated it. But
Yeah.
I don't own an Apple phone, so I
Oh,
probably
yeah,
don't
yeah,
use it as
yeah,
much as
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Waze is probably the
Waze is probably the best.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of
Community.
avoiding police.
Yeah.
I know, I find myself using maps, like even when I know it's the place right, but I don't like it because I find myself just like looking for the constant reassurance. Like I'm
Yep.
looking down at the maps
And I know
instead
the
of just
way.
being perceptive about where I'm going and stuff.
Yep.
So as much as I can, I try to learn like where to go, and I get happy when I don't use maps, but I still use it so much.
Yeah. But I think you're right. It's the fact that we're chasing reassurance is like conditioning us to never be like
To be
confident.
helpless.
Yeah, and to go, I can do this on my own. It's like I may not realize that I'm going, oh, am I okay in making the route here every time I look? But like subconsciously, that's what I'm telling myself is I'm not confident enough to make that way on my own. And it's little things like that, I think, that in the world have been conditioned to make us a little bit more helpless in a sense, you know? I mean, we don't even realize it, like such a minute thing, but it can actually be such a big thing when you think about if I did that all year for 30 years, what am I training my brain to do?
Yeah.
It's like AI, bro. That's how I feel
Yeah.
about using like chat when I ask it questions and stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to actively avoid outsourcing my intelligence and creativity with AI.
Yes.
Yeah,
big time,
because
big
Same,
time.
same.
It's gonna be like how you know how elderly people can see a map and then know where to go. Give that shit to us where we don't know what to do with it, right? But then we need the GPS, right? Now it's gonna come to the point where people just rely on their thoughts with AI.
That's so
Yeah.
scary.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Imagine like a high schooler starting a essay, and then I bet they all just use fucking chat now.
yeah.
Bro, I use chat.
I would use
yeah,
chat.
Yeah,
Start the
in
essay,
uni,
right?
yeah, pretty much start the essay.
You used
do
to have to
everything.
just stare at a blank page and write shit, and it's like, but that's kind of us being like, well, we used to not use maps, but like,
Yeah.
I think it is actually valid though. Like, it is just the dumbing of people.
It's like you know so much more, but you are fundamentally more stupid. I feel like
Your
but you
brain
know
is
so
less
much more.
capable.
Yeah, your
of
brain is
shit.
less capable,
Yeah.
but it knows more, which is a weird
Yeah.
like thing to feel.
And it's a little bit scary to think that for the first time now, these companies, I mean, they've been able to track our thoughts based on our Google searches, but now there's like a real deep way to find like what each individual is thinking and how they're learning to communicate and how they are emotionally charged as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Like even on the phone, the longer you pause on like a video, just the sake of
Tracks
just like
it.
it tracks it, bro. So
yeah,
it knows.
yeah. And then you're pouring out your thoughts and your mind and your creativity into something that can just respond to you, but also record all that. At a certain point, they will know too much about everyone individually, more than we will probably know ourselves.
It's like the
Oh, yeah.
Simpsons, the
Which
Simpsons
is
episode.
Terrifying. Terrifying to think that they can know our thoughts, you know?
Wait, were you the one who talking about the Simpsons guys being like compromised and evil or some shit?
Yeah, Matt Groening,
Yeah,
Epstein
yeah.
files, boom.
Wait,
Okay,
wait,
wait.
explain.
What like because some people have been mentioned in the Epstein files, but they're not really involved. What is Matt Groening's involvement in the Epstein files?
That's where I'm going to get called out for not knowing a lot. But here's the theory, right?
The theory, I like the theory.
The
Yeah.
theory behind the thought is that Matt Groening, if involved in some way with the Epsteins and
The cabal.
the whole calendar and timeline that they have been narrating for a while now, you look at all of the times that The Simpsons has predicted the future,
Yeah.
and you have to wonder, was it prediction or was it alignment?
Did they just
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
and they're like mocking us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
almost.
that's
yeah.
crazy. If that's the case,
That
that's
could
insane.
be. I, mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past
Yeah.
like Hollywood.
I
Which is
wouldn't
one
put
of
it
those-
past it either. Yeah.
One of those things in life you go, how do they keep guessing it? A coincidence?
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence when it's continually a coincidence, you know?
It would make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
don't
I am
know.
brainwashed to only have seen his involvement
On
and
Instagram Reels.
not have studied to see what his involvement was myself.
I'm the
Yeah,
same
we haven't
too,
done
bro.
the deep
Yeah.
dive on the research yet.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a fun theory. I
Yeah.
like
It's a
it.
theory.
It's definitely something to do. Yeah. I find myself in that thing too, bro. I get so much information from Instagram and I feel like I know shit, but then like I realize I never really fact check stuff. So
You have a
I don't know.
dive.
yeah.
Yeah, my favorite one, or not my favorite one, but I just I always think about this, and I believe it's real. The Bill Gates fucking genetically
The ticks?
like the ticks, like
Yeah.
the Lone Star.
He is an
tick.
Yeah,
evil
yeah.
man, Bill Gates.
Yeah, Bill Gates is evil, bro.
There's
Yeah.
a tick out there that if it bites you, you can never eat red meat again.
Mm-mm.
And that's that. The theory is that Bill Gates made that tick
Yep.
so that he can pump his like a GMO like fake meat
Vaccine,
out.
bro, as
and his
well.
vaccines as well. And it's like that's fucking crazy.
Then what are we pumping into these people's bodies? A vaccine to fix this problem that's come up so miraculously.
And once the world can't eat red meat, then we have to rely on like factory made meats for like protein, for example. And then he controls the source of that. Like so then they could control 100% of what we eat, basically. And it's like population control. That's the theory. And I buy that. I actually buy that.
Guys, if we disappear, you know why.
Yeah.
Just gonna say that.
I'm not
Damn
suicidal.
right. I'm not suicidal.
But
yeah.
Bill Gates, if you're watching this, I fuck with you, bro.
Sam Altman, I fuck with you, bro.
Bro, I've definitely asked ChatGPT some questions that would throw me into like some jail in some
Yeah.
countries.
What panties are you
You're-
wearing? What color panties are you
Yeah,
wearing?
you're,
No, I've picked a side on life and it knows who I stand with.
Oh, you were like beefing with your chat?
Bro, I've been beefing with some races.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. again,
races,
bro.
races or religion?
Races.
Races.
Yeah.
Races.
Not-
wait.
Okay.
look, I won't say a lot, but
Dude.
I believe ChatGPT is controlled by a particular race.
Okay. Is it?
I've asked
Is-
some pretty targeted questions
Are they?
about
Are they
that.
a race?
They're a race of people.
What about Jews? What about Jews?
You can censor it out. Whatever. Are
I
Jews a race? of
actually
people?
don't think it's a race, bro. I think it's a
Jew-
religion.
No, Jewish.
They're not a religion.
Jewish is a religion. Judaism is a religion.
Yeah, but the Jewish people.
There's a Jewish people though. There is a race.
Oh,
Yeah.
Israelites.
Israelites. Yeah.
Yep.
true.
There you go.
True. True.
Biden is not suicidal.
I am not
Yeah.
suicidal. But my phone's already got me. You know?
I'm telling you, I think it's.
I wonder how much of that like they let us know. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's all
Like-
part of it, bro.
Which is scary because
Yeah.
I think I know and I think I'm like, oh fuck, like I know the inner workings of the world and shit, but
Yep.
in reality they're probably also just spoon
They're
feeding
just
me
pulling the strings, bro, and
Yeah.
I'm right in place now. Like this absolute moron thinks he's ahead of the game,
Yeah.
that he's like right where we want him.
Yeah, I think the thing that concerns me with all of it, right, is how like the censorship of it. Like there was some chick that got arrested because she was like posted like a joke in a group chat or something.
No.
Like something about like now Benjamin Netanyahu's gonna like bomb us or some shit. Like so along those lines. I'm kind of paraphrasing it. I might be fucking it, but yeah, she got arrested because of it. Like a group chat message she sent.
What country arrested her?
Australia. This is in Australia.
Bro, Australia's pretty tyrannical, bro.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
pretty
say
fucking
that.
crazy,
I feel like I
Yeah.
say worse shit and nothing's happened to me yet.
It's
Yeah.
all depends on who's involved in what space and like what maybe
it
level.
might have
of
been like a
corporate-
work group chat or something, but like to
Yeah.
get arrested for it is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah.
But no, you have to be careful. I mean, I've been like spoken to a few times in terms of okay, my faith, and they say like you have to be careful with what you say to people because anyone can choose to take offense to it, and if they report you based on that, like you can lose your job, which is crazy to say. You can lose your job for what in someone's eyes might be viewed as like I'm trying to spread some positivity, but that is unfortunately the world we live in. You know, the government has gone down a route where it's like we don't allow that and we don't want that. And if someone wants to take offense to it, it's totally their right, and you
Yeah.
can get in trouble for saying those things.
Yeah. Dude, so the thing with anti like Semitism, it's like, okay, I don't think that going out and saying like all Jews are bad is right. I don't think that's like that's fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to say.
Dumb thing to say.
But like to look at what's happening with the Israeli like government, Gaza, like genocide. It's so clearly a genocide, right? I'll say this publicly, and I don't give a fuck, right? Like I think anyone should be able to speak up and say what's happening in Gaza is full on genocide. It's fucked up, and then to like take a fence sitting stand or like kind of like not want to admit that is kind of a crazy take because there's just kids dying. And shit.
humanity, bro.
It's just kids dying. Like the hospitals getting bombed. Like they fucking painted like a soccer ball as a bomb, like a bomb as a soccer ball. So like little fucking kids would pick it up, and that's real, bro. Like that's one of those things I saw on Instagram, right? I was like, I have to fact check this before telling anyone. It's a crazy thing, right? I looked it up, dude. There's just bombs that are painted as soccer balls. They're just there.
Fuck.
It's fucking insane.
bro.
It's insane. Like, who's that trying to get? Kids. Like, literally just kill kids. It's So yeah, I think I do want to. Like, it makes me want to walk on eggshells a little bit because I don't want to say something that will offend anyone.
Of course.
But like, I think you just gotta stand it and be like, all right, like that's fucked up.
I think so as well, because like how much of that kind of like, look, maybe this is speaking from a place of privilege. I don't give a fuck if I lose a job or whatever, because I know there's another way I can do it. You know what I mean? How much of like just having that fear of speaking up because you don't want to lose your shit. Like I don't want to be a part of that society. Like I want to be a part of the people who want to like stand up against it. You know what I mean? Even in small little ways. Like I think the more people do that, the less likely that they'll have control.
Because there are some things that are just objectively fucked up, and there's no like, how can you argue that what's happening in Gaza is fine? There's no argument. I don't care like what the argument is.
I've heard some fucking crazy arguments, bro. I've heard some shit like, oh, just war is war and like people die and shit.
And they're all terrorists or something.
Yeah, it's easy to say when you're in a like Western country and you have all your comforts and your luxuries. War's war, people die. It could be you born there, dude.
Yeah.
What is it, like 0.4 of the population?
Yeah.
0.4% of the population is born in Australia.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to be here in that minority and say, oh, war's war. Like, you should be on your knees just grateful to whatever it is that allowed you to be born in Australia.
Word.
And just be like, yeah, you don't have to worry about a bomb getting dropped on your head. Like, it's a crazy take to say war is war.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's people that believe that like everyone in Gaza is like Hamas. Like everyone is a terrorist.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy take, bro. That's an
Damn.
insane like stance.
Very extreme.
Yeah. It's like radical.
Yeah. You can't blame something
who
on like
thinks-
a whole fucking place, race. You know what I mean?
That's like a dumb way. Like you're like an idiot. Like,
Yeah, you're just an
you know what I
idiot,
mean?
bro. Yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
think that like everyone in the Middle East is a terrorist. Like you think
Yeah.
that like everyone in fucking Vietnam eats dogs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like that same level of like, okay, like you just applying
Ignorance.
it.
Just stupid.
Ignorance, yeah.
It's too black and white.
It's way too black and white.
Yeah,
of a
too black
view.
and white. Yeah.
So I think that guy who saved the Bondi shooting hero, the Muslim fella that like took down the other guy,
Yeah.
that was so huge and so important.
Yeah, they needed that.
Yeah,
They needed that.
Yeah, because it really just shed the light that people are people.
Yep.
Whether they're one faith or the other. Like that guy had more balls than anyone else.
Yeah,
To run
yeah.
up to an armed gunsman and like take him down.
Guess.
And like he's Muslim, and people want to paint the picture that all Muslims are terrible people.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
You can have the right to disagree with someone's faith, but you can't like say that people are bad people.
You can't write off a whole people. Like that's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this Instagram reel today of like, I don't know, it's some fucking UN press conference or whatever. And I think the moment like Bibi Netanyahu like stood on the stage, a lot of people walked out. And I was like, this is good. I don't know how much of it's AI, but like this is good.
It is good, bro.
Oh, I don't know much about this. So did someone just?
There's like a UN conference, and then when the
Benjamin
big net-
Netanyahu, the Netanyahu's the leader of Israel. Heaps of like representatives from different countries just like walk the fuck out. Basically just like didn't condone him,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Good. I remember seeing this is after Trump got shot in the ear shortly after, and he was in Israel, and like Netanyahu stands up, and I kind of got this like sort of reminder or like this feeling of something I seen in Attack on Titan when like all these like fascists are just together.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're all
yeah.
like cheering, and it just looks
Yeah.
so evil and like kind of takes you back to like Nazi Germany in a sense.
Word, bro. Word.
And he stands up and everyone's like, yeah, standing and clapping. And he's like this
Yeah.
like king. And then he calls Trump up and everyone like applauses louder and longer. It's like minutes on minutes on minutes of him just standing there and everyone's just cheering his name, clapping.
It's just like full dystopian.
and you're like, whoa, bro. I remember seeing this going like, that is so weird, man. Like, just
Yeah.
shows one side and like, I know it's just not one side particularly, but like, there are people that are just living their honest lives, and then there are people that have power and control, and what that power and control feels like to them, and what they do to continue that and to push that narrative. Like,
Yeah.
definitely a scary scene to see them all
is
just
freaky.
standing, powerful people that control nations, clapping for each other like they are gods among men.
It's
you know?
yeah, it's fucked. But it always makes me wonder, like, okay, so you got the MAGA guys, right, that are brainwashed in that sense. How am I brainwashed? So I don't doubt that I am brainwashed in some way. Like, I'm sure that I have, like, ignorance of, like, some things, or, like, I'm not aware of some things, but, like, I just wonder how they got me. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't think I'm
100%.
above it. Like, I think I'm
Yeah.
a part of the problem as well.
Yeah.
Like it feels good. Like I feel like I have like the anti-MAGA brainwash, but like how much of that is also like brainwash, right?
Yeah, and I think it's probably a good amount. I mean, I like to hope that I have more, like, self-awareness and, like, than some of the people I see online, right? But you never know. Like,
I think
how-
the only antidote against that is just trying to get more information outside of just Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure, dude. Yeah, yeah.
And analyzing different perspectives. I know this dude from like an old colleague. He used to watch like Russian news to see their script, like to see their worldview.
Yeah.
It's like completely different to whatever we're getting fed.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're really interesting, because he was like, yeah, I want to see the different perspectives to see where our bias is. I'm like, wow, like I would never do that shit because I'm lazy. But yeah,
Almost all the media we consume is propaganda in some sense, because
I agree.
Probably, yeah.
whether it's propaganda for this or for that, there's a narrative they're pushing.
It's being
And
made by
we're
someone.
going to be fed that.
Yep.
Whether it's in the realm of like righteousness or in some form of evil form, it doesn't matter. It's still, when they have a narrative for either way, they're going to force it down our throat,
Yeah.
and we're going to see it and consume it. And we may not choose to believe all of it. There's always going to be something that we hear. Like, I feel like these companies have had enough time and they understand human psychology and the brain. They know trigger words, ways to evoke emotion, to no matter how you feel on something, to feel something. That's the whole idea, is that when you feel something, you're like in tune to it. So
give them your
sometimes the
attention.
idea is, we don't even want you to know an answer. We want you to be confused.
Yeah.
And through that confusion, you will continue to tune into this. And through that, there's viewership and there's money being made. Like sometimes the propaganda may be, we actually don't care what you think. We just want you to not know, or just
Exactly.
to think this. So
Yeah.
you keep watching.
Yeah, I think the problem stems from, like, a sense of loyalty, right? It's like, okay, I'm loyal to the Trump administration, or I'm loyal to, you know, like, whatever left wing shit you decide, right? I think there's a problem with that, because then you're not, like, seeing all the sources and making a real informed decision.
You're trying to confirm
You're
what you believe.
subscribing to an idea, really, yeah. So it's like, there's this website called Ground News.
I was just about to say that, bro. That sounds mad.
Dude, Ground
What
News
is it?
fire.
What is
It's basically like they show you a news article and it shows you like who funded it, like if it's left wing, right wing.
Gas.
It has like, and then you can just look at other shit. And I think just like diversifying your like
Yeah.
your sources of information, right?
Right.
That's like probably the best way to
Yeah.
form your opinion, rather than being like, oh, I'm a right wing guy, I believe everything right wing, or I'm a left wing guy, I believe everything left wing. And there's a lot of hate on, like, I guess, like fence sitting or like being in the middle. I think that's just like the right way to go about things, because it's not like your right wing is 100% right, and if you believe that, then you're crazy. Same with the left side. Like if you think that your left side opinions are 100% right, you're probably crazy.
Yeah.
It's like somewhere in the middle. It's always like some nuance to it.
I totally agree.
Dude, I think it's better to admit that you don't know than fucking think that you know a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
See, then I even wonder, like, for the people, we use America as the example, left and right wing, they feel like there's such a divide. But do we believe that those people campaigning for either side, do you think that they truly care about their side, or do you think that they are all so rich and all understand that it's like a money grab for them, that they pretend to have opposing views, but then ultimately are like, we have the people divided, but we as the super rich and wealthy end up at the same table down the line anyway?
Yeah.
I want to say that I think in general people are probably less divided than what we see online. And I think people who really like lobby for one side or the other, like I have a feeling that a part of it is, I don't know if it's like performative is the right word, but like I think some people maybe are on one side for the sake of like being in that community instead of
That's what it is, like loyalty, sense of
yeah,
loyalty.
yeah. Instead of like being tapped into what it means and stuff like that.
And it gets to a point where you're so deep that now you can't jump.
Right, because
Or
the
if
people
you-
around you
yeah.
are like, basically, if you try to speak out, then they'll villainize you.
Yeah.
It's a group
Like, even
conformity.
family members, like some people will be like, oh, I don't agree with you politically. Like, I don't want you to come to Christmas dinner or some shit. And it's like, dude, we're all kind of just want the same shit. Like, we kind of just want to like be happy and like be able to eat and shit. And it's like, yeah, maybe that's like a, I don't know.
fence
like a
sitting perspective.
naive
Yeah,
fence sitting perspective, but like it's kind of what the truth is.
because I kind of feel that. Like I don't know enough about all this political stuff to make my opinion about a lot of things. I think a lot of what, for example, the left stand for is like, I think it's good. Like I think they mean well, and a lot of stuff I stand up for, but I don't know. I try not to. I find that when I have conversations about politics with people, sometimes it kind of loses the point about figuring out like what their
Becomes a
opinion
battle
is.
of
And
identity.
stuff. Yeah, it becomes a battle of identity. It becomes like a battle of like who's right, who's wrong. And I think the moment that starts, the moment I start feeling that, I'm like out already.
It's exhausting, bro.
It's exhausting,
So
yeah.
exhausting arguing that because it's like, dude, like we're not even trying to like come to some sort of conclusion. You just want to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like I'm arguing a point that I'm like, I actually don't even care enough about this anyway.
Right?
So why am I
Yeah.
involving myself where you and I as people are now divided on some belief that I really don't care enough about, you know? And something that small can like divide people, and it's like, I don't even know what I'm fighting for
Yeah.
anymore, but I'm on this side and I want to prove that, but it's like, what for?
This is something that I like about religion, any type of religion, that people that are actually in it, they kind of look for truth instead of being concrete in one sort of thing.
What do you mean by that?
I guess a lot of the morals in different religions that they argue to find truth. And then when you're actually reading the contents of the religion, I think the people that are in it properly can see and feel that. So then, I mean, some people that are religious will tell me, I don't know if God's real, but they feel something with the morals. Oh fuck, I'm gonna go on a tangent.
No, go hard. Go hard.
Just the search for truth, regardless of whatever. I mean, like you look at the people that are left or right wing, they're always, it's kind of, they got that agenda, but then they kind of lose that vision of truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when you're in kind of like a religious perspective, you're actually just looking for the pure truth, not with any other agenda. Saying that, there's people that are like trying to have this agenda to push their religion on other people, which I think makes religion really unappealing to other people. But then if you actually look at the pure contents of religion, that's separate from the religion when people are trying to push that whole narrative.
Because
But
I get, yeah.
yeah. No, go.
Because like a religion is like a man-made thing.
Yep.
That's like, so there's in my opinion, there's a lot of like, I'm hesitant of organized religion a lot of the time because it's like I see this and I'm like, okay, well, you're just a group of guys at the end of the day, right? And it's like you know, some churches or some whatever it is. It's like getting too wrapped up in that. I feel like sometimes for me personally takes me away from like my search for meaning in the universe or whatever I'm in the religion for in the first place. Because now I'm getting wrapped up in like politics, like within the thing, and it's like, okay, this is kind of like losing the plot a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think going back to what you were saying, Adam, the reason I think it's good for the religion is that the authority that we like listen and respect is from a being that we're going to believe has the best interest for all of humanity. If there's a being that created the earth and humans, in whatever way we want to see that, then we are believing that all-powerful authority has some good intention, right? So when we go, well, I don't put my belief in the authority of men who I think are possibly evil or doing the wrong things, left wing, right wing, whatever it is, the authority for truth goes to, well, he's the ultimate truth, whoever that is. And that's that like going, well, yeah, these people can say that you have to do this in society or that, but it's like, if that doesn't stand to the truth that I believe this ultimate authority that I believe in has set aside for us, then I don't want to do that because I can't see that being beneficial to myself or to people around me.
Yeah. Because there are concrete kind of like followings that is just like from the god of that religion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so you could take that and separate that from the human side of the religion and just follow that.
For sure.
Yeah. It's hard to figure out, but I think that's what do you call it? Kind of a very, you call it like a Christian perspective of absolute truth on a certain figure, right? But then some people can't grasp it like that. So then they'll find another religion that can kind of communicate that same thing, but without that figure of authority. But then they look for something else that kind of explains that truth.
Like guidance or
Yeah.
I had a wonderful experience today with Khalid, actually, getting to understand his perspective on Taoism and Buddhism, which I'm not well versed in at all.
Would you explain who Khalid is, maybe?
Khalid is, Raymond knows him, and he recommended him to me. He's, what is he, early 30s?
Yeah. I think he is
Mid-30s?
in his, early 30s, edging to mid 30s now.
Yep. Runs some BJJ classes, but has spent a lot of time cultivating his skills in like body remedial work, dry needling, all that sort of thing, and has a true, genuine care for the health and betterments of people's lives. So we were discussing today just things, and I hadn't told him any of my faith yet, but we were just discussing life and just sort of things, and you know, he'd mentioned a bit of Buddhism, so I started to query him on that, and then some Taoism, and sort of the balance of life. And although that, my opinion, doesn't...
So sorry. Is it Taoism or Taoism?
I think it's Taoism.
Taoism, I think
Okay.
I said. Yeah, but yeah, don't quote me on that. And it was really nice to see that someone who doesn't share the same faith as I still has this genuine care and love. And it's not that, oh, okay, if you don't follow my faith, everyone else is evil. That's not what I'm saying at all, or they've got it wrong. But ultimately, I think that, yeah, I'm going to stand by what I believe, and would always argue the point that, yes, if there's another really good religion, for example, I'll use him here, the example of Taoism, I think the way that he's living his life is just the best way you could do it for the betterment of other people. Now, obviously, no one's perfect. I'm not saying he is perfect.
Yeah.
But his genuine love and care for people's health, it just radiates off him. You can tell by his work. Like, I'm there, and I feel like he is just putting so much love into me. And ultimately, they don't have to be like, you know, I'm not saying you have to be Christian or a Muslim or this, but whatever it is that you believe in, you should want to subscribe to something that has this ideal of better health and the betterment of people. You know?
Dude, can I add on to that? I think what you're trying to say is virtue of care.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what religion you're in, but then it's really nice to actually care about someone, not to expect something out of it, but it's like you actually just care.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying
Sure.
to...
I wouldn't say that it's not that I don't care, because again, I will always stand in the truth that I believe that the betterment you're finding in these other ones, you can find in Christianity, and I'm going to stand on my truth and go, I think that's truth.
That's fine.
But I'm not taking away from theirs, and I would never argue to someone that they have to, if it meant that they would lose their good being and their good virtue of health for other, like in other people.
I get you.
You know, I think it's super important that if that's his belief, I'm going to respect his belief, because as well, he really like represents that belief as a person. Like, he stands by it, and it actually improves other people's lives.
Yeah.
You know, if someone has a belief and it clearly derails people's lives, that's a different story. That's where people, I think a lot of people would stand up and go, dude, that ain't right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you can't like hurt people and be like, well, that's what I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it was really nice to see that and go, like, my little understanding of other religions, and from a quick glance, was broadened to go, yeah, it is so effective in so many ways, and the belief and the purpose in life to have something bigger than yourself that's like a guiding factor into a positive place, I think is so important. And I think most people should try and find a version of that for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, facts, bars.
Spiritual connection.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Can I go on a tangent?
Go hard, bro. Go hard.
Dude, I have this thing, right? So like, just thinking about consciousness as a kid, you kind of, when you start forming your own values, it's like when you touch a hot pan and when you eat ice cream, you know, hot pan, bad, ice cream, good, right? And you're like, okay, that's good, that's bad. You've like had, you have these like really basic values. And then as you get older, you start developing, oh, if I eat ice cream, mom gets angry. Mom angry, bad, right? So you start developing more complicated values. But then as you get into a teenager, or maybe a bit earlier, you can start being more strategic. It's like, oh, I can hold off my ice cream and then start cleaning the house. So then if I clean the house, I can get what I want. And then it kind of starts developing into this really sophisticated layer of values. But that at the end of the day, you kind of still think about yourself.
Yeah.
And then I think some people can't break out of that that
Self-centered.
self-centered. Well, no, that what's that word called again for teenagers, or just it's not teenagers, but
Juvenile?
starts with an A.
Angst.
Adolescent.
Adolescent.
Mm.
It's like an adolescent form of values. I think a lot of people can't break out of that because you can still get what you want,
Yeah.
right? But then I think the level of consciousness above that is that you do the right thing for the sake of the right thing, instead of because I can get something from it.
Mm.
However, you're not going to get treated well by society
Yeah.
by doing that, because you're gonna get fucked up in some way or
Hurt.
another. You're gonna get hurt.
Yep.
There's people that are
Take
still in
advantage
that.
of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
advantage.
Spat
Yeah,
on,
exactly. And this is what I like about a lot of religion, because it kind of just says, "Fuck that shit. This is the truth, bro."
Like we're doing this for some other reason.
Another
Like,
reason,
not
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. So you're living for virtue instead of
Yeah.
trying to gain something out of doing something nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another theory I have. Is I think that's why a lot of nice people kind of get shat on, because it's kind of like, oh, like what do you want? What do you want out of me? A lot
Like
of
a
kind
distrust.
acts. Yeah, just
Yeah.
distrust, because it's like, oh, like what are you trying to get out of me? It's like a kind of instant subconscious thought.
I think that's based in some sort of reality though, because there are people who like will kiss ass or for whatever it is.
Yeah,
They'll use that to like take advantage of people. Like
Exactly,
A lot of
yeah.
the times, the nice guy,
It's not a good guy.
not a
not a
nice
good
guy.
guy.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah.
yeah.
Like obsession.
yeah,
Fucking guy.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
like
What's his
that.
name? Bear.
Fucking
Bear's a nice guy, but he's like
fuck
fucked.
that guy.
Yeah, he's
bro.
fucked.
Yeah, 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 because he wants something out of it.
He wants
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
There's no
yeah.
virtue in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a
Feels
lot of people
entitled.
can't tap into that like level of consciousness where you're doing the right thing because you think it's the right thing, not
Yeah.
because you're trying to get something out of it. And that's what I like about a lot of religious people, bro. Because I think that's where they're trying to get at, and they might not be having the right answer, but they're trying to get at that instead of like trying to pull something out like from doing something
It's
nice.
really hard. Like I know that there's times in life, especially at work, where I feel like I've put a lot of effort in to people, and then like I've been treated poorly, and I want to like throw a tantrum. And I remember like I would speak to Jet quite often about this, and I'm really glad that he would always say this. He's like, dude, you're gonna do the right thing, and he's like, and no one's gonna know you did it except you. He's like, and you're gonna hate that because you want everyone to see that like you're putting your big pants on, whatever, and that you're casting aside your feelings to let everyone else feel better. But he's like, but ain't anyone gonna realize? No one's gonna think for a second what you've done is for them, but you'll know. And he's like, and that's the shit part, is that you have to deal with that. But like, that is the beauty of it, is that it actually sucks sometimes, because like my ego goes, oh, I want them to know what I've done for them. I want
Yeah.
them to go, oh, thanks, Khan. And oh, yeah, we appreciate it. So that like in my world, I know they see me as this great person that's
Very
always doing
human,
this stuff.
yeah.
But then again, like, then I'm not doing it for the virtue of doing it. you
Yeah.
know? I'm doing it for the fact that people can view me as a good person. And it's like, you then lose the whole point of doing the nice thing was that so no one noticed. Obviously, if you do something nice for someone, generally they can notice. But so many nice things should be done alone and unseen and unexpected with any sort of reward or something with it, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, and I think what's beautiful about religion is that you, let's say for Christianity, God will see. You can be doing it for God, right? And then it's like, oh, your kind act is actually virtuous in that sense. It keeps you in a nice, healthy framework. Even if Christianity is right or wrong, whatever, you're in a more virtuous mindset than
There's a benefit. to
Yeah,
believing
yeah, yeah.
in God, for
Exactly,
sure,
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my tangent.
It's not easy though. The ego takes over.
Takes over.
Oh,
I think
hard.
I'm currently working through managing ego in terms of trying to be virtuous and trying to go, I need to do things for the fact that I want to be a good human being because that's how I was raised.
Yeah.
But currently, I feel these selfish desires to be recognized in some way
Yeah, dude.
and want to have that satisfaction. And like, even as I go into this little challenge that I've set for myself, I have to work out, okay, having a bit of ego is good. If you don't have any ego and you're just like, you have no emotional attachment to anything, and who are you? You know, I wouldn't even want to be around me at that point. If I was so consumed by having no ego, I'd be like, that's a boring person to be around.
And also argue, sorry to cut you off, also argue that it's impossible to have no ego. It's kind of impossible.
Yeah.
I would argue that the people who think they have no ego, that's an ego thing.
That's an ego.
Yeah.
For sure. And to have truly no ego is to recognize that you at a point you don't even have an ego anymore. And that's very impossible. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's fully. Buddhism, I think, kind of, from my basic understanding, can go down that route of giving up a lot of good and bad emotions to get to a point of this state. And don't quote me again.
Constant
that's
flow state or something, maybe.
You give up your desires so you don't feel the pain of the lack of not having your desire. Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm trying to manage, like, okay, I should have a bit of ego because I think that will propel me into a good motion to know that, okay, where my heart lies with it needs to be in a healthy place as to my attachment to some form of idea. But I also want to be propelled and motivated by the fact that I'm still a human being trying to fit into society.
Yeah.
And through being a human being in a society based on particular standards, I want to meet said criteria so that I can be fitting in. So it's like learning to not attach to the recognition, but to succeed to know that I am a part of something and growing as myself. But it's hard to balance that because I've definitely felt I'm leaning into the ego side.
It's like a tightrope. Like you're walking on a tightrope.
Yeah,
You always
literally.
got to try to
Yeah.
balance the ego plus like whatever the opposite of ego is. What's your take on it, Raymond?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not really invested in too much religion. I think my basic understanding of spirituality is just like trying to be the best person that you can be, and then trying to check yourself when you realize that like the ugly part of you came out, or when your ego came out. I think a lot of my spirituality is like basically trying to check my ego. But I realized that ego is just an essential part. It is something that is just going to always be there, but trying to be more aware of like how it works so that you can not let it like lash out. Because when your ego takes over control, like you won't even realize it.
Yeah.
You will only realize it after the fact.
Yeah.
So
You made a fool of yourself.
yeah. So I'm trying to like, just keep it in check more, but then realize that I can't really just get rid of it. And trying to get rid of it is kind of like fighting like an uphill battle.
Futile.
It's a futile sort of battle.
Yeah.
Also been trying to be more mindful in terms of like being present and stuff. I find myself like overthinking a lot and just kind of worrying about bullshit. And then that I get kind of wrapped up in my own head and I stop kind of caring about the things around me. I stop reaching out to my friends. I stop making contact with people. I'm just wrapped up in me. And that's when I realized like, okay, I need to just take a step back and try to be more present. So that's basically and I feel like the more I get out of me, the better I can be for the people around me.
For sure.
That's what I think.
I think a good place to practice that is like when you're stuck in that sort of overthink mode is like to be present. Generally, it's like go help someone. So when you're doing something for someone, I would assume most people aren't, again, this is the doing something not to be seen, but to help, is that most people would help someone because they genuinely are invested in that person. And when you're caring for someone, the last thing you're thinking of is yourself.
Yeah.
Which means I'm not stuck in my own mind about how I look, how I feel, what I'm seen doing. It's, is this person okay? And when you're thinking about someone else's emotions, I would say that's a super present place to be, especially if you're with them, because you're in this little like space together, where it be in a place of someone's sickness or just in a like conversation like this, where you do become aware of what's important for the other people, you know, less about myself.
Yeah.
Because I've been super wrapped up in like the wants and desires that I have for not even like myself, but like my life recently. And that idea that I have of like what my perfect life looks like.
Yeah.
I was super attached to.
Right.
And
That's easy to happen.
dude, it's super easy. And when it started to slip away from me in some sense, I was so caught overthinking like what I can try and do to fix this and make my perfect life happen. It's like, what is my perfect life? Like, I don't know what that is. And if I try and control my perfect life, then I feel like that will just cause me more pain because the perfect life for me is actually impossible to happen.
Yeah.
Because it cannot happen.
All you can focus on is right now. All you have is right now, yeah. For
A
sure.
good way to check your fucking ego is like you kind of know that the ego is the identity that you've created in your head of yourself, future or the past, right? So then if you can eliminate that identity in your head, that means you're pretty present.
Yeah.
Because if you're present, you're not thinking about your fucking identity. Unless you're gonna be that nice guy like that Obsession movie. You're kind of like doing the nice things because you're thinking about the identity of whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or am I like rambling at the moment?
I'm kind of following you.
You're kind of following? Yeah,
identity
no.
I think it's a bit hard because I think like the identity you build up is also like a valid one, but I think not being controlled by that perceived identity is where you want to be.
Yeah.
Because like I think it's good to believe that you are a good person and that you are a kind, empathetic person, because then that will influence the way you do things. As long as it doesn't become like, oh, I need to be seen as like a good, kind person. Like you can just be that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good to have a sense of identity.
Maybe it's kind of what you believe is a good person. You portray that exact thing in you, in your acts.
Yeah.
Actions,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
100%, 100%.
In your acts.
Yeah. That's kind of how I find that I check my ego, is that no matter what my like idea of myself is, if my actions don't reflect it, I'm thinking like, okay, then there's like a mismatch.
Yeah.
There is like either I'm not doing the right things or I am too high on my own supply.
Yeah.
You can think whatever you want. You can believe whatever you want. But at the end of the day, your actions are what makes you a good or bad person. Like how you affect the universe and people around you, and like the effect you have on them based on your actions. That's what kind of decides if you're a shit person or not. Like you could be a really nice guy, but if you go around just like dumping like coffee on people all day, like you're a shit guy. But like even if you're an asshole, like in your mind, right, you think that you're a piece of shit, but you're going out and helping people every day or whatever it is. It's kind of like maybe you're going and working at the soup kitchen for some sort of like attention or whatever. But I think there is still value in just helping.
I totally agree.
Like, is that a crazy take? Like,
No, I don't think it's a
People who,
crazy
like,
take. Yeah.
like film themselves giving out to the homeless and shit.
Yeah. But then that's me kind of go like, okay,
I'm stuck
are you
on that.
profiting? Are you profiting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if the profit is being used to then do more good because it
Like
builds
Mr.
their
Beast
channel?
kind of vibe.
Yeah, but I don't like Mr.
Mr.
Beast.
Beast
Mr. Beast is crazy.
Corporate, bro.
Yeah, Mr. Beast is fucking insane. Like, this is one video where, okay, my ex, she actually called me out for this, but I used to be a Mr. Beast glazer, right? But there was this video where he challenged this guy to basically stay isolated from his family for like 6 months for like 500K. And I'm like, dude, that's like life-changing money, whatever.
So gross.
But like, dude, this guy's being isolated from his family, and you basically dangled like the fucking carrot in front of him, so he has no choice but to do it.
It's late
right?
stage capitalism.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
And like
It's
these
so
people are
gross.
suffering, so that they're gonna take it, right? And
It's dystopian, bro.
yeah.
Look, I will say I don't think it's good, but it's
Net positive.
net positive, kind of like, for example, our society, we're not in a perfect society, but it's better than whatever the fuck it was before, like medieval times where there's public hanging.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Access to clean water.
yeah.
Food.
We have clean water, food, and then we can get our groceries delivered to our doors, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's better.
Yep.
But then I think coming to that point where it's like the intention is correct. And then I think the figure, look, I'm not Christian, but I think the figure that shows that intention the best is actually Jesus, bro. I'm not even joking.
No, I
Yeah.
agree, yeah.
Because he would suffer because of the intention to love everyone. I'm like, wow, that's like the craziest figure that I've just misunderstood my whole life. Yeah.
I think with what you said there, that we do live in this time that is so much better, that is still also from like a Western perspective. I think if we, on like a percentage of like people across the world, a higher percentage of people are suffering and going without than there are those with abundance. So like, again, I feel like I don't have a lot in my life in terms of like material things or wealth, but it's like I still have the only things that I need truly: shelter, like food and water, family. You know,
We have more than that even.
we have more than that.
So blessed. Yeah.
It is easy to kind of go, oh well, in comparison to like medieval times, but it's like, okay, popped into a little tribe in Africa. Am I thinking it's any better, or am I going, no, it's like probably just as bad. There's Ebola outbreak, lack of food, lack of medicine.
You're getting drone striked by
yeah.
IDF, yeah. No.
I don't know. I think it's like, I mean, if you look at the grand scale, it is better. But I think through the sort of technological advancements and the way society is so interconnected now, it does allow for more suffering as a whole to be done. Like there are more people on the earth than there's ever been. So suffering for the minority
the scale is bigger.
At a bigger scale and still at would technically be an all-time high because there's more people in the earth that are now suffering.
I feel like the disparity between like rich and poor has gotten
growing,
so much
bro.
more.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'd
growing.
say so. I'd say so for sure.
But the poor people have more stuff.
And the poor people are happier, bro. So many poor people. You see videos like this one video of this Chinese kid. Oh, it cooked me, man. I remember seeing it in high school, and this kid, like, the only like piece of equipment they have on the playground is a broken swing that doesn't even work. And this kid's like in this video, and he's getting interviewed, and he's like, you know what? I wish other kids in the world were as lucky as I am. And they're like, well, why do you say that? And he's like, look at this swing. I have this swing. The swing's broken. It doesn't even do the one thing it's meant to do.
Yeah.
And he is wishing that other people could be as lucky as him. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, there's traffic or there's been a crash or something. And I'm getting frustrated. I'm thinking about a conversation I had yesterday. And I'm like, you can speak to me like that. How rude are you? Like, what do you think you know about me?
Yeah,
And I'm so like just caught up in my own little world that is so like busy that I feel like I'm owed something and entitled. Yet there are kids without that suffer more, and through their suffering are grateful for the little they have and end up happier. The abundance of luxuries that we have, I do think like truly brings our demise in some sense. Now you can balance that. It's not impossible. Some people might have a really healthy relationship with all they've got and practice great gratitude. But I know, like, I deleted Instagram today because I'm so sick of it. I just find myself constantly just searching for more dopamine in there, caught in reels, getting these ideas, like whether it be like Christian TikToks or something, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting more spiritual. I'm not getting anything from that, bro. I'm getting a quick like dopamine rush that I feel like I've gained something, and then I actually start to realize that I'm lacking a lot of those things later in my life. And through that, I feel worse. It doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel like less competent.
Yeah, I hate scrolling on Reels now as well. Because it's like, there's just so much AI shit.
Yeah,
Sloth, bro.
so much fucking footage, bro.
There's slop. There's slop is a massive problem. But there's also shit where you're like, is that AI? And you genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
That's like, it pisses me off and freaks me out a bit. Because I check the comments and then it's like, someone's like, this is AI. I'm like, okay. And then the comment underneath that is like, cool bro or some shit. Like they're telling him like, who cares? I'm like, dude, I care. Like I care if there's AI and like I don't know. Like it's pretty concerning, bro. I think a lot of it's like, I have a theory it's like bots being like, oh, don't worry about AI. Or like there's like people like commenting like flaming the guy that's pointing out it's AI. I'm like, dude, I appreciate that guy. If you're the guy that points out this is AI, I appreciate it because sometimes I don't know. And I would hate to live in a world where I would not be able to know, right?
Dude, it's so fucking scary, bro. Like, I have to, because sometimes I like a fucking reel and be like, oh, this is sick. I check the comments, AI, I'm like, all right, taking that like,
Dude,
right?
I've
Instantly.
sent Chow for you, and I've been like, check this out, and he's like, AI, bro, and I'm like, and I click the video, and I'm like,
I know.
Dude, right? No, but
I'm
that's
like,
happened
as
to
if
me
I
as
said
well.
that to Chow, believing this. I'm like, check this out, he reckons.
Yeah, bro, no.
That's
It
just
pisses
real,
me
bro.
off a lot, bro, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a fool. Like, you know, I mean, like, I don't know, but it's so good. Like, the AI has gotten so good to that level now. Yeah, you can't really do much. We're almost at time, boys.
That's crazy. That flew.
That flew. That felt good.
Wow.
It's something like I struggle with. Like, I wanted to do, like, I still want to do like content creation stuff, but I find myself being more and more unhappy the more I spend time on like my phone and Instagram and shit. So I don't know how to balance that, but I guess what I've defaulted to is just like taking my time with it, not feeling any certain perceived pressure to do this or do that.
Yeah.
If I feel not happy with it, I can just cut it out.
Dude, easy.
Yeah. I think you're on the money, Raymond, because I've come to realize in the last few days that we can give ourselves, and Chow said this to me the other day, was to give myself some more mercy, you know? And I think when you become aware of your feelings to a degree, it's easy to scrutinize and go, oh, I just did the wrong thing, and then to dwell on that. But it's like if someone says the wrong thing to me and then like I have time to think about it, or if they say like they're sorry about something, I'm generally going to go, dude, don't ever stress it. Like, of course I'd like to hear an apology, or of course I understand that you're not perfect, but like I'm happy to give you my forgiveness.
Grace, yeah.
But then for ourselves, we might go, oh, do I think that if I'm posting this, I'm too caught up in what people think of me? And then you start to go in these circles. And again, we lose being present in it. And I think it's that idea of like, if I continually do it and something is telling me inside, I don't feel happy doing this, well, you have your answer. You know you're not happy doing it.
Yeah.
And you have to listen to how you do feel about it, but also be patient with it and go, maybe my first analysis of how I think I'm performing may not be true because I haven't let it like span the test of time to actually see and actually think and meditate on these feelings to go, you know what? I can find a better balance with it. Maybe I don't need to get rid of it all.
Sure.
But how do I reapproach the situation to be happier?
No, yeah, 100%. And I feel that, like, going back to what Raymond said, I feel that because it's like, when we started the podcast, a lot of me was like, oh, am I like, is this maybe not corny, but I just felt a lot of insecurity about it, right? I was like, okay, we're putting ourselves out there. We're saying all this stuff. Is this going to be received well? How, like, am I making a fool of myself doing this and investing so much time and effort in? And obviously, like, I'm very confident because I know that I'm having fun, right? But, like, you know, I had these doubts when we started posting shit, and I was like, all right. And I got a text from my homie overseas. I'm pretty sure he'll know who he is. But, like, he was like, dude, I really love listening to the podcast. It just felt like I was hanging out with you boys again. I could be around you guys.
Fuck yeah.
And I was like, dude, you know what, bro?
That's what matters.
I'm making this podcast for basically just him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I don't really care who listens to this. As long as he listens to it and he likes it, that's a good podcast for me. And I'm like, I would do that to the end of like my life.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever, however long this podcast lives for.
Love you, bro. Love you, bro.
Love you, bro. I love you, bro.
And that's such a
miss you.
healthy place to be in because
Right?
then it, again, isn't about you anymore.
No.
It's not about how do I look, how do I feel, how am I perceived. It's
Exactly.
like, I'm doing this because one of the homies is like, dude, I feel like I'm with you again.
Dude.
And like, that is worth so much more than any self.
Every doubt gone. Like, this is a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
instantly it becomes a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, imagine how lame it is if you just never did the podcast because of those thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just do shit, bro. You want to do, you just do it.
Just do it.
And
Yeah.
like, if you made a mistake and you make a fool of yourself, you give yourself grace. You're like, all right, oh, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a bad call, whatever. And it's fine, bro. Like, no one's gonna hate you. No one's gonna. Your friends are still gonna love you and shit.
Yeah.
So,
I was watching the podcast back with Merlin and stuff. I think another reason why this shit is so good is because I think it's like as accurate as a representation of yourself as it can be. You're just basically talking unadulterated for like an hour, right?
it's hard to put on a character when you're talking.
Yeah, 100%. And like me and him are watching back the podcast and we're like cringing about how we talk and this and this and this. And I'm like kind of insecure about what I'm posting up on my Instagram. And I realized that like, that's just you. That is just 100% you.
Yeah.
And so you can't keep that hidden, right?
Yeah,
Like you can't. Like
Yeah.
it's
You can curate your Instagram as much as you want.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
someone meets you, that's just you.
exactly. And this is kind of like as close as you can get to it.
And I don't mind putting that out there.
Yeah.
I actually like it. I like it.
Yeah, a part of me is like, I don't know, I feel a bit insecure about it, but I gotta kind of circle back to that, is that it's just me at the end of the day. And that's something I should be proud of.
What I think as well, it's like, if you're being your genuine self in here, then you know that anyone that truly cares about you and could formulate an opinion on you that you would find value in already likes you and trusts you probably and has love for you.
For sure.
So it means that no one else is watching it from your lens. So they'll see Raymond for who they know Raymond is and everything will make sense. But then when we watch ourselves back, we do go, why'd I say that? Oh, did I say this? Because we have this different lens on what we want people to see us as.
No one is watching it as closely as we are.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Like,
100%.
we're watching every mannerism.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Watching every
I have
like,
to
watching every
address
stutter.
the controversy. Last pod, bro, I was wearing shorts. My chussy was out, bro. Like that shit was riding, and luckily no one said anything. But
Bro,
like,
it's
I
funny because the entire time Millen's like, bro, Chow was calf mugging the entire time. That's all
okay.
he's looking at. So I don't think anybody saw your
my
fucking
eyes
chussy,
wander
bro.
a bit higher, bro.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the
Didn't you
crevice.
think you could just do like a quick, reposition?
I didn't even realize, bro. But I look back, bro. My whole Chowgina is out, bro. It's
Chowgina.
crazy,
Bro, I'm gonna check the video now.
It's
I'm gonna watch
insane.
it back.
But honestly, I don't think it's that bad. But like, it's just one of those things where you're way more aware of yourself than anyone else.
100%,
Like,
100%.
but
And also, I think in life, we can actually make a fool of ourselves and people can laugh at that because most people are going to laugh and then go,
Forget about it.
okay, who cares anymore?
Exactly.
No one's
Yeah.
gonna laugh and
Exactly.
go like,
Exactly.
dude, we're gonna hold that over your head for your whole life. I've seen you all do things that I'm like, bro, that guy's an idiot right
Yeah,
now.
for sure,
And like,
yeah.
I get value out of that because it's funny. And then I do things that you guys are gonna look at and go, this guy's an absolute moron.
Yeah, yeah,
and like,
for
we
sure.
should be okay with that to go
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm glad that like we can laugh because again, like we don't hate each other. We all just love each
Bro,
other.
the people
anyway.
who love you give you grace.
Raymond, sorry.
All right, well, that's probably gonna wrap up our pod for this episode. If you want, we're gonna keep pumping on for the Patreon. So stick around if you're in the Patreon. You can just check us out.
Just continuation, and I'm gonna get really high. So
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Do you want to say anything? Is Kind probably gonna be leaving us, or are you staying?
Thank you for having me.
Sure.
Good
Thank you for
conversation,
coming.
lads. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, bro. It was nice having you on.
yeah,
you.
that was.
All right,
Okay,
thanks for watching,
goodbye,
guys.
Thanks for watching.
All right, get the fuck out, bro.
Get the fuck out, bro. Go to your room.